this is basically the cross ties, where we have one tie right here, which we hook off here. This is the wash rack, not the only, but it serves as that. So cross ties, tie it up, hook her up. Go ahead.
This is a curry comb, and it's the first tool you use when you're brushing a horse. It's got the spikes to pick up like dirt and dust, and you brush the horse in a clockwise motion, just across the entire horse's body.
Now that we're done curry combing the entire upper body, we use something that's called a soft brush to wipe off any of the excess hairs, dirt, or dust that stayed on the horse. So, Heidi, why don't you come over here and we'll give a side view. What you want to do is brush down and off till they look smooth. You want to make sure that you get all this hair off, and especially in this area on their back, because that's where your saddle is going to be going, and then all those loose hairs will be poking them if you don't get them. So what this is the hoof pick. What this does is it cleans the inner foot. What you got to do is you have to slowly glide your hand down the horse's leg. My horse is very good about it. She'll pick up her leg very easily. Right here.
Filming.
Okay, so this is a horse hoof. So what you're going to do is you're going to clean out beside this. This is the frog. This is the most sensitive part of the whole horse foot. And so this is their horseshoe. Obviously, everybody has seen a horseshoe. But you want to just clean out all the parts. Make sure it's all dirt-free and feces-free and rock-free. A lot of times horses will get rocks lodged in their shoes or in their feet. It was very uncomfortable, and they don't behave as well as they should. And also, you want to make sure that they don't have any funguses, which thresh is very common in horses.
This is called a comb, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the bottom of the horse's mane and just go briskly, a little bit at a time, across the horse's mane. And also, yeah, filming.
These are the boots, which are used only while training and just casual riding. You're not allowed to use them in the show ring. And you're supposed to line these up. Come here, Maggie. Line these up with the bone. Okay. See this bone right here? There's a bone that goes along right around here, and you want to make sure that this outlines that bone. So what you do, it's a simple Velcro, and never ever get on your knees around a horse like I just did. Never do that. What you want to do, and you always want to make sure that it's pulling this tendon right here. There's a tendon right here. You want to make sure that this is all pushing it to the inside, pushing and pulling to the inside, and making sure that it's not pushing it to the outside, because if it's pushing it to the outside, the horse cannot move correctly, and it basically is like a knot in their muscle.
Okay, this is called the saddle pad. It protects the horse from the weight of the saddle, and it's kind of like a pillow. Now what you're gonna do is you're going to put it over the horse's back. And like with this saddle pad, this blue part needs to be on the spine. That's correct.
At the withers.
At the withers.
Which is basically the part of their shoulder, the two parts of the shoulders that combine into their back.
This is the riser pad, and it goes along the horse's back over the saddle pad to raise the front part of the saddle or the back part, or both. Because either the horse's belly or back is too bellowed, or the horse is
too tall in the front, or too
tall in the front, or too tall in the back, or it's young like Joni.
Young like Joni, and she has growth.
She has growth.
Because horses grow very irregularly. First, their butt will rise before their shoulders and stuff. So what you're going, usually you'll have a riser pad like this one, which is more involved in the front, which is larger in the front and smaller in the back. What you're going to do, is you're going to put it over the riser pad and the side pad. You're going to do, and you have to make sure, look over here. You have to make sure that you have this little tent right here, so it's not pinching their back of the riser pad after you put it in. And for this, you have to insert these, which are for the girth, into the slots of the saddle pad.
Go.
This is the girth. It's basically what keeps everything on there if you have awful balance, which some kids do. What you want to do is you want to make sure it's nice and tight though. But first, to start on, you have to put it on maybe the third hole, and once you get used to your horse, you'll know which one to start on, and then you'll just keep retightening. So we're going to go over on the other side, because it's congruent on each side. You also have to put it in. You're going to lower it, and then you're going to reach under the horse's belly and pull up the girth, in which also goes in this little part right here, this little crane part between the shoulder and the stomach. And we're going to stick it through this part. And simply pull up to almost the tightest capacity, but truly we're just going to have to go back on the other side and fix it up again. And many horses don't actually like this. This is basically like a belt to them, but then once it's tightened and all said and done, it's really nothing. Go ahead, stop. The safeguard. You're gonna put them around. You're gonna put it around the horse's neck. So if she tries to get away, you can grab her. You'll always have somewhat control. These are the reins. They're the ones that you're gonna slip over your head, and they're what you use to steer the horse with. This is the Stop. Okay, this is the brow band. It's what goes right below the ears. And this is the nose band, which holds in and stops the horse from chewing that as much on this part, which is the bit, which is what your basically control is for the horse. And there are many different types of bits. Just only depends on what type of riding you're doing and what showing you're doing and stuff like that. What you want to do is first the bit. So you want to insert this into the horse's mouth and pull up this with your right hand. Slip the ears in. Then tighten the nose band, which will make her stop chewing a lot. This is something, back up a little bit. And this is something that's supposed to be a lot tighter, one of the tighter items of the bridle, but we're not going to tighten it up too much right now. This is the throat latch, which just goes loosely around the throat. Stop it. No, ma'am. Goes through loosely around the throat.